This is something that we have never encountered.
Kong can't stop this on his own.
He won't be alone.
It's exciting to have Godzilla x Kong coming out on the 10th anniversary of the MonsterVerse.
It's really spanned generations, this story. So to see how it's transitioned over the years, it's just a fun ride.
3. All right, let's go.
It's all been leading to this.
2. I'm not ready. And 1. Oh my God!
This is a MonsterVerse Day of Reckoning.
Monsters exist.
At Legendary, we love monsters. It's our core passion. And we have the unique opportunity to be building a universe that can bring together the biggest icons in all of pop culture.
It's a veritable cacophony of crazy-ass monsters.
How many of these things are there?
My agency is known as Monarch. We specialize in the hunt for massive, unidentified terrestrial organisms.
Let me list all the ways you're gonna die.
The MonsterVerse is a big, fun playground for these iconic creatures.
You have no idea what's coming. It is gonna send us back to the Stone Age.
We call him Godzilla.
Whenever I was a kid and I would watch the Godzilla movies, I really was excited that you can let these monsters tell their own story.
I grew up loving Godzilla, and I think why, logic of a boy, is that Godzilla didn't apologize for anything. He just destroyed everything in his wake. And that was so boy. You know, crush everything.
And how everybody knows that, you know, if you see Godzilla, it's gonna be destruction, fire, like all kinds of great special effects. So I love Godzilla. I was obsessed.
So you'd want to make Godzilla our pet?
No. We will be his.
Godzilla is nature's wrath. And Mother Nature isn't good or evil, she just is. And we get what we deserve.
That's why it had such lasting power. It's a very poetic construct.
The legacy of it definitely is weighted on my shoulders, and knowing that every fan that has been watching it since they were younger, it means so much to them. You want to get it perfect.
Oh my God.
Is that a monkey?
That's Kong.
Kong is film history. Before Star Wars, before everything, it's what blew open the doors for so many people on what was possible or imaginable with cinema.
Kong is an icon of motion pictures. We're captivated by Kong's ability to terrify and inspire awe and wonder.
Is it just me, or has he been working out?
What's cool about him is that even though he's this gigantic monster, he's still somewhat close to being human, at least to the perspective that we can imprint on him in a way that makes sense to us. Like, we know what he's going through, what he's feeling, because he's enough like us.
I think there's something really beautiful about the fact that he doesn't choose to use that power in a way that's harmful. He defends when he needs to, but for the most part, he's actually a peaceful character. So I think there's something quite lovable and redeeming about that fact.
As the films went on, the monsters became these grand archetypal characters.
Long live the king.
Kong bows to no one.
We challenge ourselves to propel Godzilla and Kong into something new and fresh and different every time.
Oh my God. Let them fight.
Once you've seen Godzilla and Kong have the most ultimate battle, the next part of their journey is the team up.
In this film, Godzilla and Kong have to work together against a greater threat. And it takes a minute for them to get to that place of understanding.
Even when they do team up, there's always going to be this uneasy truce. They're never going to get along that well. I mean, they both have too big of egos.
Buckle up, you beautiful people!
We wanted to blow people away. The moment of them charging into battle together, that's what it's all about. That just expectation of the clash.
I don't think I've ever in my life seen anything like that. It's a real assault on your adrenaline system.
I wanted to make the greatest battle of all time.
It's time to show the world what you can do.
Godzilla. I was looking forward to having my opportunity to do my version of Godzilla.
Godzilla has a new look that is representative of some new powers he has.
I wanted to give Godzilla a new look, but I wanted to make sure that it was motivated by something going on in the movie and that we would actually see the evolution happen within the film.
Godzilla goes through a journey in this film which at first is very mysterious to our human characters at Monarch. They can't tell why he is on the move. As the film progresses, we discover that something's up with Godzilla. He's preparing himself for something.
He has a sixth sense about Shimo, and they might have fought in the past, and it's jogging Godzilla's memory, and so part of Godzilla's journey is he's preparing for this battle.
He ends up recharging inside of the Coliseum, which is a very fun visual.
What about Godzilla?
Still sleeping, like a big angry baby.
We originally didn't know where to have him take his rest, his cat nap. You know, you want to have him somewhere iconic. Adam and I were brainstorming this over at his house, and Adam has this black cat named Mischief, and Mischief was curled up in her cat bed. And we're like, oh my God, it looks like Godzilla in the Coliseum.
I am so delighted that my cat Mischief made the final cut of the movie. She can be seen in the Hollow Earth Outpost 1 base.
Thank you for having me on today. It's clear to us now that Godzilla is a Titan who protects us from other malicious Titan threats.
After recharging, Godzilla arises and starts to go on a hunt for fuel.
And so we have this great sequence where Godzilla's just gone and pillaged this French nuclear waste dump.
He needs so much energy to fight this coming threat of the Scar King, and especially Shimo.
Shimo's sort of the anti-Godzilla in this movie. She's bigger, she's stronger, she's got the powers to back it up, and normally I think Godzilla would have a hard time combating Shimo, which is why Godzilla has to level up in this movie.
Titanus Tiamat, extremely aggressive, territorial.
If Godzilla's going to prepare for this big battle, he needs to do so in a way to combat Shimo's specific ice powers. The idea is that Godzilla kills Tiamat in order to inhabit Tiamat's lair and absorb the radiation.
Oh my God. He's changed.
Godzilla now can heat himself in a way that would prevent Shimo from being able to freeze him. Godzilla normally is protecting the surface. So, you know, at the beginning of this film, you see Godzilla protecting Rome. He battles in Rome because Rome is being attacked. But in this case, it's kind of showing a different side to Godzilla, in some ways being very self-serving and selfish. I mean, Tiamat's just out there minding their own business, and Godzilla shows up and just kicks them out because Godzilla is the protector of the world, and he's going to do whatever it takes, even if it means killing innocent Titans and kicking them out of their house and chopping them up into sushi.
After he goes through an evolution, Godzilla emerges with a new form.
We worked with Jared Krachevsky, the lead creature designer in the film, on the Godzilla design quite a bit. Like, we tried a lot of different things. We gave him a little bit more athletic legs, tucked in his tummy a bit.
One is like the previous version of Godzilla, and one is like after a workout routine and a diet that allow him to become stronger, a little bit leaner, and a little bit more badass.
His skin is harder. He's got scales that are almost diamond-like.
Not only does he have this super hard skin, but he also has little extra spikes.
His head's a little bit bigger. He's got these big elbow spikes, which unfortunately we don't really use in the movie that much, but they look really cool. And one of the coolest additions is his tail actually has these extra throngs on them. One of the things that I was like excited about doing too is that his spikes are sort of slightly translucent. If you look at certain angles, you can see the inner workings. There's like some veins and things in his spikes that you wouldn't have normally been able to see before.
He's also got this incredible pink energy that emanates from him in a way we haven't seen before.
Pink and blue are my favorite colors, so it was kind of only natural that I push Godzilla in that direction. Literally, Godzilla does change his skin. He becomes a new thing in this movie. I always wanted to be on the edge, and Godzilla's new design does that.